Here are 5 of the most fun Ben Simmons trades that we want to see. At number 5, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't love the Cavaliers' current roster as a whole, but I think they've got a whole lot of interesting and potentially actually good young players. In time, I imagine they will have to make some difficult choices. Sexton or Garland, Mobley or Allen, how and when to unload Kevin Love, but for now they can adopt a wait-and-see attitude. If they acquired Simmons, they would have to give up a few of those young pieces and likely abandon their more patient approach. However, if Cleveland were able to keep some combination of Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Isaac Okoro, then watching Simmons alongside them could be a delight. They would certainly be one of the fastest and most athletic teams in the NBA, but likely not a winning one. And that's why imagining Simmons in Cleveland bums me out. It would feel like exiling him, like punishing him by putting him alongside a number of developing players that are years away from making any real noise in the Eastern Conference. Though, on the bright side, his playoff struggles wouldn't even matter there. At number 4, the Indiana Pacers. Judging by what can be gleaned from the rumor mill, Indiana is the least likely landing spot of these 5 teams. That being said, the thought of Simmons teaming up with Sabonis intrigues me, even though I'm not sure it makes a ton of sense. Both players are young, multi-talented all-stars who are nightly triple-double threats. However, Sabonis and Simmons get the majority of their points in the paint, and one wonders if spacing would be an issue if they were teammates. If nothing else, they would make one of the most unique duos in the league. I'd at least like to see them play 5 to 10 games together. Also, Rick Carlisle has experience coaching dynamic young playmakers, and while Simmons is not going to be able to play like Luka Doncic, it would be interesting to see what Carlisle's offense would look like with Simmons running the show. At number 3, the San Antonio Spurs. How fun this would be depends entirely on what exactly the Spurs would have to give up to Philadelphia. If Ben Simmons gets to play with at least 2 or 3 of Keldon Johnson, DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker IV, and Derek White, then San Antonio would immediately become a league pass darling. Also, Coach Greg Popovich has always been good at putting his players in positions where they can thrive, which is not something Simmons' previous coaches have seemed to prioritize. Playing on the Spurs, Simmons could be placed in more advantageous situations than ever before and help further the development of their young players while improving the team on both ends of the floor. The Spurs have seemed a bit adrift since dealing Kawhi Leonard 3 years ago. Acquiring Simmons could be the first step of a new, more intentional era. At number 2, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'd love to see Ben Simmons and Karl-Anthony Towns play together. Simmons would immediately become the second best teammate Towns has ever had after Jimmy Butler, and would greatly increase Minnesota's playoff chances. He would be a defensive anchor for a team severely lacking in plus defenders, as well as a playmaker who could make things easier for the team's high-scoring trio of Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Edwards. The thing that bums me out about this potential deal is that Philadelphia would likely insist on getting D'Angelo Russell in any Simmons deal, which bums me out a lot in light of what good friends Russell and Towns are. I just want Cat to be happy, you know? That's what matters most. Also, there'd be like 3 or 4 number 1 overall picks, which would be kinda crazy, and they're not even all that good. And finally, number 1, the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are already one of the most exciting teams to watch in the NBA, thanks to the ingenuity of Stephen Curry. And they will be even more fun next season with Klay Thompson returning to the lineup after a 2-year absence. Ben Simmons joining these two would open up innumerable scoring options for everyone. His playmaking would create looks for the team's shooters, while the gravity of Steph and Klay would open up lanes for drives and cuts, and the Sixers may be able to convince a team to give them more in exchange for Simmons than the Warriors would be willing to, but there's no team that Simmons would make more thrilling than the Golden State Warriors. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video on Jump Ball Central. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that post notification bell so that you never miss any of our fire uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.